In today's episode, how to meditate and why you should do it. Welcome to a new episode of Inner Wisdom Life Guidance. Today we're going to talk about meditation. I'm going to explain how to do it and why you should do it. And actually the order of the video is going to be backwards. The order of the episode is going to be backwards. First, I'm going to explain why I believe you should practice meditation. And then after that, I'm going to explain the steps that you follow to do it in a very simple and easy way. So first, why you should meditate. And I explained a little bit about myself in a previous episode where I talked that I started practicing meditation in 2008. And the reason why I started doing it is because I had health challenges and meditation was one of the main practices that I thought was going to help me based on what I have learned, and it did. Now, when you ask why you should meditate, there's many reasons, and you can search by yourself and see what are the health benefits from practicing meditation. However, what I'm going to explain is my point of view based on my experience, why I think you should meditate, and I feel is probably the most important practice that you can follow to improve your life. And what I have explained also on my website and on the previous episode, I talk a little bit about inner wisdom, right? The whole project that I have is called Inner Wisdom Life Guidance. And everyone has this inner wisdom inside of them. Meditation is the best way to access this inner wisdom. And basically what happens when you meditate, your mind is going to be calm. And when you do that, you are able to reach or to tap into this knowledge and wisdom that you have that is going to help you make better decisions in your life. It's going to change the way you see things, the way you perceive life. It's just going to put you in a better place that is going to let you live life in a better way, if that makes sense. You can have a better way to cope with life's challenges. So that happens when you meditate. The more you do it, the more you are in touch with this inner wisdom, if you do it right, and if you do it frequently, and we're going to explain that in a second. But the more you practice and the more you do this, the more that you're going to be in touch with this inner wisdom that we all have, and the easier that's going to be for you to face life's challenges. I also think that when we talk about mental health, for example, meditation is, to me, one of the best ways to have a healthy mind. When you do that, when you're able to work on your mind and have a healthy mind, you're going to be able to better deal with any mental health challenges that you have. And it doesn't mean that you don't need to go and talk to a professional. Of course, if you have a specific mental health issues, most likely you should go to a professional. What I'm saying is that this is a practice that's going to help you. It's something that you should do in addition to anything else that you're already doing. So that's why I believe you should practice meditation. And meditation is a spiritual practice if you're interested in developing spirituality. And when I say this, I mean developing kindness, developing awareness, being a more loving person, having more tolerance, being more in the present moment, being more aware, being able to act instead of react. Like all these things, I like to link them with spirituality. You will develop them as you practice your meditation. Because as I said before, you're going to calm your mind, and that's going to put you in a state in your normal day-to-day life where you're able to make better decisions. You're in a position where you can better understand what's going on. You have more awareness. And some of these terms I'm going to repeat. I just believe that they are very important as part of the explanation. So that's why you should meditate. Now, with that said, I encourage you to investigate and see what are the benefits of meditation. Don't just listen to me and take it for granted. I believe it's very important that you do your own research and you decide if meditation is for you or not. I strongly believe it's, again, the best practice that you can follow. I think it's something that you should do every day Now I'm going to explain how to do it. There's many types of meditation techniques that you can follow. I'm going to teach you one that's just focusing on your breath. You're just going to breathe and pay full attention to your breathing. That's all you're going to do. I believe that's the probably easiest way of meditation, and I believe it's my second favorite meditation technique. In another video, I'll talk more about meditation and different techniques, but today I just want you to have this simple way to practice meditation so that you can incorporate it in your everyday life. Something else that I didn't mention before I go again into the steps when we're talking about why, you may want to see meditation as mental hygiene. And just like you have bodily hygiene, you brush your teeth, you shower, I hope you do, right? So all these practices, you do them every day because you take care of your body and you want your body to be clean. In the same way, you should practice meditation as mental hygiene every single day. And it's very important that you have the discipline to do it, the discipline to practice it every single day. You have to make the time for it. This is very important. I have taught meditation to many people, and one of the core things that I've seen that people miss is making time for it, because they come and they tell you, I didn't have time to do it, I was too busy, I'm too tired, right? All these things. And I understand. What I'm telling you is that if you really care and you want to incorporate this practice as part of your daily activities, you have to make time for it. There's no other way. You have to do it. Now, how to meditate? What are the main steps that you follow for meditation and what you need? There are only two things that you need to practice meditation. The first and most important thing is yourself. And the second thing, you need a space where you can sit down, be alone, with no distractions, no noises. That's it. You don't need anything else. Anything else beyond that is just fancy things that are not required. It's just yourself and a quiet place. That's all you need. In this case, I decided to record this session, this episode, from my consultation room. It's very different. Usually I have chairs and other things, but right now I'm just going to do it here for the sake of the example. I have a meditation room. Of course, depending on how invested you're going to be in this practice, you may want to have a special space that's only dedicated for meditation. So you can have a meditation room, or you can have a little section somewhere in your house where you have a small altar, and that's where you go and you practice your meditation. But anyways, more of that on a different video. So those are the two things that you need. You need yourself, you need a place to meditate. And when you're going to meditate, you are going to sit down, and the first thing that you're going to do is make sure that you cross your legs. So in this case, I'm sitting this way with my legs crossed. Now, there's different ways in which you can cross your legs. You can do a half lotus flower, or you can do a full lotus flower, which I'm not going to do right now because I can't. That would probably hurt my knees. And if you're not able to even sit in this way and cross your legs like this, find a chair, sit down on the chair, and just cross your feet at the bottom. It's very important that you cross your feet. I'm not going to get into the technical details behind it, but in essence, it's a way to close some of your energy channels in your body. So cross your legs, okay? So that's the first thing. Second thing you're going to do, you're going to have your back straight. In this case, I'm using a meditation chair. That's the purpose of this chair. That's what it's designed for. And I have a cushion that supports my lower back. You don't need it. You can also meditate, as I said before, just on a regular chair. You're going to be fully supported on your back. And the other thing that you can do, you can meditate on a couch. Just make sure that you have some sort of support again on your back, that you're laying properly so you can be straight, that you're not sinking down. So it's important that it's a harder couch. If you can, grab a small pillow that you can put underneath, and you sit on that small pillow, so that's going to just kind of put you at a higher position. When you sit down, your knees are going to be lowered down, and that's going to help you keep your back straight. You can buy a meditation cushion. That's another option, and that's great. You just put it on the floor, you sit on the meditation cushion, And that's going to, again, elevate you a little bit from the floor, and that's going to help you keep your back straight. So those are all the options that you can have for sitting down and practicing your meditation. You are not going to lay down. That's not meditation. That's sleeping. That's relaxing. And even though through a meditation practice you relax, that's not the purpose here. You want to be fully awake, fully aware, and again, your back should be straight. The second thing that you're going to do is how you close your hands, or how you rest your hands, I guess is the best way to say it. You're going to put one hand on top of the other one, and then you're going to close your fingers. Your thumbs should touch each other like this, okay? So one hand just laying on top of the other one, and your thumbs, you're just touching each other. And then your hands are going to lay, right now they're resting on my legs here, okay? So they're just resting. And the intention of here, remember, your thumbs should be touching. The intention of this position is to have a neutral position where you can be still and you're not going to be bothered by the position itself. Which hand on top of which hand, it doesn't matter. Do what's natural for you. For me, I like to have my right hand on top of my left hand, and then I just touch I just connect my thumbs, let's say. Besides this, the next thing that you're going to focus on is your neck and your head. You're going to just softly look down. You're not going to be looking straight ahead. You're not going to be looking up, just a little bit down. Yes, it's a relaxing position for your neck. That's the other thing you're going to do. Now, the next thing that you're going to focus on is your tongue and your jaw. They should be relaxed. Your jaw, you shouldn't be like closing your mouth or you know, trying to put any force here. It has to be relaxed. And your tongue is going to be touching just above your two front teeth. Again, it's just resting, and as it rests, it's just going to touch a little bit just behind your two front teeth. And the idea by doing that is that if you have any saliva, it's just going to flow down naturally. So jaw relaxed, your tongue touching there. Your teeth are not touching, you have your mouth slightly open, right? It's just a position of relaxation. All right, so that's posture, and the right posture is very important for the right meditation. You cannot meditate if you don't have the right posture. It's not going to be a good meditation. Part of the reason why you have this neutral position is because you want to be still. You are not moving when you meditate, okay? You are just focused on your breathing. When you have body stillness, that helps with mind stillness. And that's what we're trying to accomplish here. We're trying to get to a point where your mind is totally still. The way we do that is we're going to focus on something, which in this case explains your breath, and through concentration you're going to reach a state of meditation. And that state of meditation is a state where you are relaxed, you feel happy, you feel at bliss, your mind is quiet, and you are fully aware. What I mean by this is that when you start practicing your meditation, you're not falling asleep. You're not thinking about a million things. You're just focused on your breathing. And through that concentration, that constant concentration, then you're going to reach this state of meditation. That's how you do it, or that's the goal, I mean. That's the goal, reaching that state. So anyways, part of reaching that state is to make sure, as I said before, that you don't have any distractions, and your body's a distraction. So you want to make sure that you're in this neutral position and that you are not moving. If you're meditating and something suddenly is itchy, you should learn to ignore it. Because the minute that you go and you scratch, you just broke your meditation practice. You broke your attention from your breathing to scratching because it was itchy. You need to learn to control that. It's difficult, but with time you can do it. Now, by all means, if it's something that's bothering you a lot, of course, go and scratch yourself and then go back to your practice, okay? But the idea is that nothing is distracting you. You are in a neutral position. You're just focused on your breathing. Okay, now you're going to start. After you have the right posture, now you're going to start. And to start, the first thing that you're going to do for, let's say, 1 minute, maybe less, you're going to breathe deeply. However you want. You can start doing it through your nose and exhaling through your mouth, or you can just do it through your nose. But the intention here is that you take deep breaths to bring your awareness to your breathing. That's the intention. And we're not going to do it right now. I'm just going to explain, do an example, and then you will practice by yourself. I believe that a guided meditation is something that's actually going to distract you more than helping you. So in this video, I'm explaining you how to do it, and then you go and you practice by yourself. If you have a doubt or questions, you come back to the video, you watch it again, you write a comment, you ask your question, I'll help you out. But it's not a guided meditation. I'm not a believer of guided meditation. I think you should learn the technique and you should do it yourself. So, okay, back to it. You're going to breathe for a few seconds, no more than a minute, just to bring awareness to your breathing. And once you do that, and you can do it with your eyes closed or your eyes open, doesn't matter. But once you're done breathing and you have full awareness of your breath, you're going to close your eyes. And now the only thing that you have to do is pay attention to your breathing. And what I mean by paying attention to your breathing is that your awareness, your mind is just concentrated on your breath. And it's just paying attention to it. You are not thinking about how you breathe. You're not trying to categorize what your breathing looks like. You're not counting how much you're breathing in or breathing out. Or all you're doing is paying attention to your breath. That's all. Okay? As you're doing this, there's something that's going to happen. And this is normal. Thoughts are going to come to your mind. And what you're going to do is you're going to acknowledge that there's a thought. And you're going to let it go. And then you're going to come back to your object of attention, which is your breath. So again, you just focus on your breathing. You're not going to be hard on yourself. You're not going to criticize yourself. Just be humble and realize that you are distracted with a thought. Come back to your meditation practice. An analogy that I'm going to use now, when you are meditating, your mind is like a blue sky, okay? And you are paying attention to this magnificent blue sky. And suddenly there is a cloud. That cloud is a thought. And what you have to do when you are paying attention to the cloud, the thought, you have to remember, I need to focus on the sky, on the blue sky, not on the cloud. And you go back to it. And again, this is going to happen as you practice. It's normal. And the purpose of your meditation is to, as I said, acknowledge the thought, ignore it, and come back to your breathing. The more you meditate in your sessions, as you do it, you'll get better at it, and then suddenly you're going to have less thoughts coming to your mind, and you're able to focus and concentrate more on your breathing. Okay, but it takes practice. You have to practice to get there. Don't think that this is going to be overnight. It takes time. You just have to make sure that you do it with discipline, that you practice every day. So anyways, so you do that. For how long? It's up to you. I mean, you can meditate as long as you feel comfortable when you're starting. My recommendation, and this is homework for you, my recommendation is grab a clock or a watch and estimate that you're going to meditate for 10 minutes. Okay? At least during the first week, the first month. As I said, you're going to get better at it. But right now, try to meditate for 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes. Don't set an alarm. All I want you to do is look at the time and say, I'm going to meditate for 10 minutes. Put it away. Go to your practice. And when you feel that 10 minutes have passed, you can end your practice. And then check the time and tell me what happened. I want you to write a comment on what happened when you tried to do that for 10 minutes, okay? Now, How often to meditate? My recommendation is to do it at least one per day. I practice twice per day. When during the day? It's up to you. My recommendation is to do it in the morning before you start your day, and in the evening before you go to bed and you end your day. To me, those are the two most important moments where you can practice meditation. But again, it's going to be up to you. There was a time in my life, because of the schedule that I had, the best time to practice meditation was in the afternoon, after work. I'll get back to my house after work and I'll meditate for half an hour. That was my practice in the afternoons. That was the best time for me. But in the end, it's going to depend on you and your schedule and what makes the most sense. Now, what's important is that you are not doing it when you are too tired. As I explained before, when you practice meditation, you want to be fully aware. You have to be in the present moment, okay? If you are too tired and it's the end of the day, what's going to happen, and it's too late, what's going to happen is as you practice, you're going to start falling asleep. And falling asleep is not meditation. Meditation, you're fully concentrated and fully aware, present on your practice, paying attention to your object of concentration, which is your breath, okay? So that's one thing I wanted to mention. How many times to do it? At least one per day. How long for? Start with 10 minutes. And when? It's up to you. Just fit it in your schedule based on the other responsibilities that you have throughout the day. And that's it. When you're done with your practice every time, and this is something that I would like you to start doing, before you start your practice, be grateful that you are able to have some time to meditate, and be grateful for your body, that you're going to focus on your breathing. Be grateful that you're able to breathe. We are our breath. It's thanks to it that we're alive. We do it without even thinking, and it's so powerful. And when you're done meditating, same thing. End your meditation practice by expressing gratitude for these minutes of meditation that you just did, for this meditation practice that you just had. Be grateful again with your body, with your mind. Be happy about it, be grateful about it. And that will be the end of your practice. And that's it. As you progress, you can do it more. You can do it for 20 minutes. I think 20 minutes is a good amount of time. You can do it for half an hour. If you are able to do it on the weekends, for example, and you don't have anyone distracting you, do it for as long as you want, as long as you can. There's going to be a point where perhaps your legs are going to hurt a little bit, so you may want to end your meditation there because you're too distracted. But yeah, in the end, as I said, it's up to you. Start with 10 minutes and then you can increase it. But remember, do not set a timer. This shouldn't be time bound. You're just estimating for how many minutes you're going to meditate, and meditate for as long as you feel makes sense. Don't do it laying down. Don't do it playing music. You're sitting, your back's straight, there's no distractions, and the only thing you're doing is focusing on your breathing. With this, we're going to wrap up the episode for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions about meditation, if you want to share your experience, please go ahead and leave a comment below. If you like the video, leave a like. If you want, you can subscribe to the channel. The main thing that you can do to help, not me, but others, is sharing this video with people that may want to learn how to meditate, someone who might find this content useful. As always, if you would like to have a private appointment with me, you can visit my website, iwlifeguidance.com, and you can see the different sessions that I offer. There's a free appointment that we can have. If you want to learn more about meditation, if you want me to hold you basically through the meditation process, we can do it as well. I'll be happy to be your meditation coach, your meditation guide. And with that, thank you very much again, and we'll see you next time.